Hi YouTube, it's Molly, and today I'm here for my week 63 post-op VSG update. So let's get to the numbers because I'm thrilled, and that's basically going to drive the discussion this week. So today I weighed in at 194.6, which is a 4-pound loss for this week, putting me at a total loss of 165.4. So 194 is the lowest number I have seen in like the history of my existence of remembering my life. Honestly, I've been meaning to get in touch with my primary care to see if I can get a record of like all of my weight over, my existence as being Molly. Because I can't remember the last time I was this weight. I know that I was way far into the 200s in middle school. I honestly have no idea the last time I was 194, but I'm thrilled about it. It seems like I'm a little bit more solidly in Wonderland, and I would like to not see the 200s ever again. The 6-pound buffer between the 1 and the 2 is making me a bit happier there, and driven to try to keep it down and keep going down. I'm a little worried that the 4 pounds isn't a real loss, in that there's going to be some rebound from whatever it is that caused a 4-pound loss in a week at 63 weeks post-op. It seems like a lot, and I have a few theories for why. So, I've always been really good about my water. Blardy blar. I feel like I'm tooting my own horn, but 64 has never been a challenge for me, and I've just kind of, it's not that I don't track, but I don't track every single ounce. I tend to like make it to 80 or 100 and just kind of forget about tracking after that anymore. It was like, okay, you're making it to 100, like, do you really need to keep tracking? This past week I've been tracking everything. So I've been tracking how much clear water as well as coffee, and making sure that I re-drink essentially all of the ounces that I drink in coffee in water again, and also hitting like way above the double what normally is the like golden rule of 64, which is just nothing for me. So I've been hitting way over 100, over 130. I mean, today, I don't know where that came from. I think I'm at 132, and it's like 7 o'clock. And I also haven't drank anything for like 2 hours because I was at the gym, and then I ate, and I met up with Helen to give her clothes, and she gave me protein pancakes, and it was wonderful. But yeah, I haven't drank in a while, so I've been at 132 ounces since about 6 p.m. Point being, it's not difficult for me to get the 64 in, but the difference between drinking 60 and 150 is huge. I've always said this. If you go back to all of my videos from probably 2 to 8 months on, I talked about this every week. I could directly see a correlation between my water intake and the weight that I lost. And 64 is like your body's survival, but 150 is like really promoting weight loss. Or at least for me, being over 100, anywhere from 100 to 150, made a huge difference in my weight loss. And I've always talked about that, and really getting back to the basics of tracking it, even though I know I'm getting plenty in by anybody's standards. Tracking it, and really, it's not really tracking it in the terms of, am I getting enough? It's that by tracking it, I push myself to get even more. Um, and I know there's going to be 1,000 people out there that are like, oh, you're drinking too much. There is such a thing as drinking too much. I'm not drowning myself. I promise you 150 ounces is not too much. Um, I am not ridding my body of all of the vitamins. I'm not, internally drowning myself. I am fine. So, um, that's one thing that I think is really, um, promoted the weight loss this week. The other thing is that this is something else I used to talk about all the time was the healthy fats. And as much as I have always had nuts and avocados as staples for healthy fats, lately I've slacked on my rule of one serving a day. And by slacked, I mean I might have been getting in like 1 or 2 servings a week. This week I had at least 1 serving of nuts and or avocado every single day. And I, you know, going back to all of my videos from, 2 to probably 8 months, where they all said the same thing, water and the healthy fats made a world of difference for me. And really focusing on those things this week, um, you know, there was a 4-pound loss. I don't want to like make any assumptions about the correlation, but I've got fairly good evidence in the fact that I haven't really been focusing on getting at least 1 serving of healthy fats every single day. And, the water has definitely been more. Even the guy in my cubicle at work, I'm with a co-op and then one full-time man, and the co-op mentioned to me yesterday when I was coming back from the bathroom for like probably the 16th time. He was like, so what is that rule about like drinking an ounce of water for every pound of body weight? Because it seems like you're doing way more than that or something. And he was just like appalled by like there's this cycle that I do of just like I go to the bathroom, I grab my water bottle, I go to the kitchen, I get water, I go back to my desk, and then like half an hour, 40 minutes later, I'm going to the bathroom, grabbing my water bottle, getting it refilled and back. And it's just like this constant cycle of probably every half hour, 40 minutes. It's obnoxious, but it makes a world of difference. So there's that. There's, oh my god, this is already at 7 minutes. So the other thing that I did this week, and if you watched my last video all the way to the end, impressive that you made it all the way to the end. But one thing that I mentioned last week was the need for Molly time and time away from Matt, and the cycle of just going to work and coming home and going on a bike ride or a run with Matt, and then having the rest of my evening with Matt, and just like this endless cycle of never having time to myself. Because I'm talking like at work, I'm not necessarily working with people all the time, but it's just it's not focused on me. So I took the liberty of finally joining a gym, even though I said I wasn't going to because I was only going to be here for a few months. Well, now halfway into my short stay, I've finally decided to join a gym. It's been fabulous to get back to weight training. I think I hurt myself the first time because I was just like super excited. I was like going for it in the next 4 days. I was just like, what did I do to myself? So I don't really promote that kind of thing. But it has made a world of difference for just my mental sanity and clearly the weight loss. I was actually afraid that I was going to gain weight this week because of the weight training, which I haven't done in approximately 2 months. I know that I've lost muscle in the past 2 months because I haven't been weight training. Obviously, I've been running and biking and kayaking, but, I've been very active, but I haven't been active in the, like, let's build muscle, like, hardcore. So I was actually really afraid that I'm going to gain this week. So maybe we'll see that next week. So yeah, that's done a world of difference for both my mental sanity and my weight loss, and it's nice to just go after work. It's literally like attached to the building that I work in, or one of the buildings that I work in, and so I just like pop next door and get all of my mental frustration and anger, and I've been sitting at a desk all day and I hate it, anger out, and then I go home and have the rest of my evening. So that's really nice. If you are on Facebook, you've noticed this week that I've done a ton of updates on my blog. I've been posting some things. I've been trying to completely rework it. It's still halfway. It's, you'll notice if you click on pages, some things are going to be like empty because of they're being worked on, but I'm going to try to be more active in posting all of my recipes. I know I post a lot of things on Facebook and people are constantly asking for the recipes, and I just don't always have the time, especially because if I post it once, I have to go find it again or something. So if I just put everything there, it'll always be there. You don't have to sort through ancient Facebook posts to find them. The shirt is driving me nuts. That looks so much better. Why didn't I do that 11 minutes ago? Um, so I'm trying to rework that. If there's things that people want to see on it, please, by all means, let me know. I know I also have a lot of product reviews and stuff that I've literally been making a list of for the past 6 months. I just haven't had time, and that's another thing that I'm trying to focus on is getting in a little bit of time every day or every couple of days, just do my Molly things, and part of that is going to be blog time. So check that out. There will be a link below, as always, and you can always like the page on Facebook, and anything that gets posted on my blog will get posted on that page, so then you kind of can keep up with the blog. So there's that. The only other thing that I wanted to talk about, and apparently I have 3 minutes to do it, so I'm going to do it really, really quickly, and maybe you can follow it, and I'll probably miss 90% of the details, but that's okay. I went to lunch with the guy that, if you have been following me long enough, I went on a date with like a year ago, like one whopping date before that ended, and so he's interning at the same company as me because Karma just loves me, and so he just never leaves me because he also works with me in EMS and he's in my major, and now he interns at the same company. But anyways, we went to lunch, and he, as being a larger being, asked me how my ventures were going, and when I asked him what he meant by that, he made a comment about how, well, clearly you're no longer just drinking your meals, you're eating food too. And that opened up into a conversation about how he had gone to information sessions at UMass about surgery options and blah, blah, blah. I opened up about having my surgery. Suddenly he got defensive about everything and was like, oh, I was never actually considering that as an option, even though 30 seconds before that he was like, oh, this is something that I had kept in the back of my mind, and I was going through the initial stages and blah, blah, blah. But the minute I opened up about it and started to try to talk to him, he was really defensive. And the thing was, it really surprised me is I presented it, and this is why I'm not very open with it, and people are very confused about that, is that I do not like to promote weight loss surgery as the solution, because it is not a solution to anything. It is, well, okay, like I've said in the past, it is a solution to one thing. I had a very large stomach. My stomach is now not so large. That is the solution that it is. So there was a point to this, but I like to present the healthy lifestyle changes, and if people ask about the surgery, I'm much more open about it now than I was before. If they bring it up, really, there's only been a few people that I've brought it up to, but I really like to promote the healthy lifestyle changes that I've made, and trying to show those first, and then maybe down the road, after talking to the person, then getting the surgery part out. So, I was trying to focus on that with him because I know he's not in a mental place to get in on surgery because he hasn't changed anything in his life. He hasn't actually made progress steps. But I just thought the reaction was weird of the, once I opened up about having surgery and he was like, oh, I can't believe you did that. And then it switched to, I was never actually considering that. That was weird. But I have 20 seconds left. Maybe I'll resume this conversation later. I feel like I've been talking a mile a minute, but that's it for this week. I will talk to you all soon. Have a great week, guys.